Hello, my name is Aaron and I teach at the University of Tampa, and today we're going to work on our A flat scale together. And just a quick reminder, I play on an F trigger trombone, so you're going to see me using trigger slide positions, but if you don't have a trigger, don't worry, I'm going to show you your slide positions as well. Just keep in mind that when we're playing, I'm going to be using trigger slide positions. But let's dive into it. Just like your scale sheet says, the A flat scale starts on an A flat, which is third position. Then we're going to move to B flat, which is in first position. Then C, which if you have a trigger, just go ahead and push the trigger down. If you don't have a trigger, go to sixth position. Then fifth position for the D flat, E flat in third position, F in first position, G in fourth position, and then finally A flat in third position. I'm going to set a metronome to 60. What I want to do is play up the scale, and I want to do that in whole notes together. So you're going to get 4 beats, and then we're in. Great, so now that we have gone up, let's go down. So we start on the A flat that we ended up on, go down to G, then F in first position, then E flat in third position, then D flat in fifth position. Then if you don't have a trigger, you're going to C in sixth position, but if you do have a trigger, I would suggest going to the C on trigger in first position. Then first position, B flat for everybody. And third position, A flat for everyone. Just like we did going up, let's come down 4 beats, then going down in whole notes at 60 beats per minute. Great, so now that we can go both up and down with the scale, let's tag the arpeggio on the end of it. The arpeggio outlines the major chord, the first, third, fifth, and the octave, or the one again, of the scale. So in this case, it's going to be the low A flat in third position. Then you're going to jump to the C either in your trigger within first position or in sixth position. Then E flat for everyone in third position, and then jump up to the A flat in third position. Just like we did with the scale, let's do the arpeggio in whole notes. Awesome, so since we can go up doing that, let's come down doing that. So then you have the A flat in third position going down to the E flat in third position, and then jumping down to C in either 6 or trigger, and 1, and then A flat in third position. Just like we did when we played the arpeggio going up, let's try to play the arpeggio going down in whole notes. So now that we can go up and down the scale and the arpeggio successfully, let's go ahead and combine those two together and create what we call the Allstate pattern. So playing the Allstate pattern is just playing the scale up and down and then attaching the arpeggio going up and down to the end of it with a little bit of a rhythmic and articulation pattern. So the rhythmic pattern, you're going to start with a half note and then go up quarter notes up the scale, land on a half note, come back down, land on a half note, quarter notes up, half note, quarter notes down, half note. That half note that I keep referring to is actually going to be the A flat or the name of the scale anytime you play an Allstate pattern. When you go up, either be it the scale or the arpeggio, you're going to articulate, and when you come down, you're going to slur, but in our case, we're going to legato tongue on our way down. So I want to try playing that, but first I actually want to sing it and move our slide to the notes that we're talking about as we sing, just to kind of wrap our heads around it and get used to the pattern before we go on and play it. So just like I did earlier, I'm going to set the metronome to 60, 4 beats, you're in, and then half note and quarter notes, Allstate pattern, but singing this time. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, G, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, C, E flat, A flat, E flat, C, A flat. Great, so let's try playing it just the way we sang it. So what I like to tell my students to help them differentiate for trombone specifically, the tonguing up and the slurring or the legato tongue down, is to lift a little bit extra as you articulate up. Not a full-blown like short staccato, just a little bit of extra lift. So a normal articulation might be, right, which sounds fine, but if I lift up a little bit, you know, just giving it a little bit extra so when I come down, I don't feel like I have to like overexert the legato tongue, especially as we get faster, that becomes more difficult. So that's kind of a little trick to get to differentiate the two so that it's noticeable, but without making it super difficult on the player. But now that we're playing it at 60 really well, let's try to do it at 80. Let's push it just a little bit more and go from 80 to 100. And now that we've got it at 100, let's bump it up now to 120, the fastest we'll go in this video. So I do want you to keep in mind that most of the time when we play this scale pattern, you're actually not going to play it in half note and quarter notes. You're actually going to play it in quarter and eighth notes. But the cool thing is, even though we're switching up the rhythmic pattern, it actually doesn't change the way we think about it. So this is our 120. If this is 120 and I just cut it in half like this, that becomes our 60. So that is 60, and we're going to work on doing this at quarter and eighth notes at this speed. And just like we did when we learned the Allstate pattern in the first place, just to work on this rhythmic pattern, let's go ahead and sing and move our slide to this scale vocally first, just to wrap our head and our arm around it and get used to that first. So let's sing it first. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, G, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, C, E flat, A flat, E flat, C, A flat. Great, so the last thing we're gonna do, let's try playing it now, quarter and eighth notes at 60. Great, so keep practicing that and getting it really good and maybe even a little bit faster. Thank you so much for practicing your A flat scale with me today.